Do you know SoftBank? You know the company SoftBank, Will?
Yeah, in Japan?
Yeah, SoftBank in Japan. They recently their president accidentally revealed the iPhone 11 release date.
Oh.
Yeah. He was just, he had an extra coffee in the morning.
A little pumped up?
He had an extra coffee. You know when you're in Japan, they have the vending machines?
Of course.
Yeah, and you could get a cold coffee in the vending machine, like the little can.
They're everywhere.
Yeah, so he was about to go to the presentation. He had a coffee at home or a tea or something, but a little bit of caffeine. And he was on the way to the presentation, and he hit the button on the vending machine for the little cold coffee can. But the vending machine, it actually spit out 2 instead of 1. Now, he, not being a very wasteful guy, was like, you know what? I'm going to...
It's pound 2.
He told me this. He texted me after this happened. He said, I'm going to, I don't want to be a wasteful guy.
Yeah.
So I'm going to just down both of these. Then he gets on stage and he said, Tim told me not to tell you, but the phone's coming out. None of that happened. I have to say that now because that's an official. That's an actual guy. So I have to say that none of that happened, to be clear. But if your stream cut out, if your video cut out right at that moment, you might think I got a text from the president of SoftBank, which I would love to get a text. So Ken Miyuchi, if you see this, let's have some of those cold coffees together in Tokyo. Anyhow, he came out and he didn't really say the date. It doesn't even really matter that much because everyone knows when the new iPhones come out. But he kind of like phrased something in such a fashion that indicated that the new iPhone was going to go on sale 10 days before the end of September. So, of course, we can just do the math. We can go back and we can figure out exactly which date that is, 10 days before the end of September. That's typically when you'd expect a new iPhone, but he just said it. Now, he tried to backtrack after he stated that, and then he said later in the presentation, no one knows when the iPhone will launch. You know how you do that, Will? You double down on the other side.
Yeah.
When you may have slipped up beforehand. Now, we can't guarantee that that's exactly, that it's going to come out 10 days prior, but it seems to be the case based on this particular report, and it lines up with when you would typically see these things. So I guess if you are patiently waiting for the next generation iPhone or a phone upgrade, and you want to see what the iPhone 11 is all about, you know when you have to wait until now. Now we can wait and see. We can wait and see if he's right, and then we can obviously confirm my coffee story at that point.
So is he saying September 20th?
Yeah, that would be it, right? Yeah, that would be 10 days before the end of September, Will.
Okay.
Will, you're a man. That was beautiful. That was so good.
I was just looking at the date.
I know, but the thing is, it was so good what you just did. Because you just put it in plain terms.
Yeah, which I do always.
Like, I'm out here, I'm like 10 days before that, like, why? Why am I saying, like, Hypebeast, why am I reading tech news on Hypebeast? I don't know.
So I'm like, September
I blame
20th?
Google. I blame Google News, but shout out Hypebeast. Like, they've posted our stuff in the past.
Yeah.
So it's all cool between us. But it's funny, they're posting more on tech, and this is actually an indication of how tech has become a sort of a unexpected culture item. That you got Hypebeast, a fashion blog, or at least it started that way. Or I guess maybe they wouldn't even call themselves that. What would Hypebeast call itself? I don't know. Culture blog. Anyhow, yeah, look, they showcased the $30,000 gaming setup, complete with massage function. They posted our video. So shout out to Hypebeast. Anyway, they said 10 days before the end of September because I believe that might have been his actual language. But then we got Willie Doo to go backtrack and find a date. He's able to subtract 10 from 30. It's unbelievable.
I was looking at the article. I wasn't paying attention.
The Hypebeast article also says September 20th. So they did the math as well.
Okay.
It's funny that they start out at the beginning by saying 10 days before. He inadvertently noted that the upcoming flagship phone is set to go on sale 10 days before the end of September. So I think they're trying to be completely accurate. Like, those were his words, not September 20th. I mean, are we in some conspiracy theory land here? Because is there any way in which that's a different date? Why would he say it like that? There's 30 days in September, or 31.
Is it 31?
See, I don't know. I'm just saying it's getting a bit weird in here right now. I sense aliens. There is 31 days. I don't know. Anyway, whatever. Okay, around the 20th. Stop it. Shout out Hypebeast. Shout out President of SoftBank. The offer's still on the table. Cold coffee, Tokyo, anytime.